Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Intermountain Healthcare's Doc Talk discussing CBD. My name is Lisa Tunison, and I'm the Community Event Specialist at Intermountain Healthcare. While our name has changed, rest assured our dedication to providing our Southern Nevada community with the highest quality healthcare services stays the same. Today, we'll get to meet Stephen Henderson while learning more about CBD. Before we dive in, we're going to hear from Becky Watts, who has joined us today to share a little bit more about her role as a certified sales agent. Becky?
Hello, everyone. My name is Becky Watts. I'm an independent broker and have been in the Las Vegas area for about 28 years. I represent every company, every plan, so I will take the time to work with you on your prescriptions, your doctors, and anything to do with Medicare. Please feel free to call me or ask me any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. If you have any questions or concerns that you'd like for Becky to address, please join us tomorrow. She's hosting an educational talk on Medicare 101 at 1 p.m. Intermountain Healthcare Nevada is a network of nearly 300 primary care providers with over 100 primary care locations, 30 My Generation clinics, and over 1,500 specialists. We have medical clinics and specialty care affiliates throughout the valley. Intermountain Healthcare is committed to our My Generation senior clinics feature VIP primary care designed specifically for our Medicare Advantage patients. This unique clinic concept offers a wonderful care team support plus amazing access standards to help our patients get care when and where they need it. You will have access to a dedicated referral team, on-site care management, and navigator support. Plus, some of the locations have an on-site lab. New patients can be seen within 2 weeks, while established patients will be seen within 2 days when medically necessary. Also, we offer same-day appointments for urgent needs. We limit the panel size for each of our providers so that each patient can spend more time with them. In fact, our average appointment time is 30 minutes, which is twice as long as the industry standard. In addition, we now offer virtual visits to help our patients stay safe and healthy at home while accessing their care. Currently, there are 30 My Generation locations with over 100 senior-focused providers. Today's speaker, Stephen Henderson, works at our Parkway My Generation clinic. If you'd like to become a My Generation patient, simply call the clinic near you and we'll get your first appointment scheduled today. Choosing a provider that's right for you is a very important decision, and we understand this. We offer tools on our website to assist in your search. Currently, you can browse through all of our providers at each location. Some of them even are showcased in a brief video. I'm going to show you Stephen's video right now.
What inspired me to get into medicine? I had really great caregivers when I was younger. I was kind of an accident-prone little kid, a lot of stitches, a few broken bones, and the people who cared for me.
Sorry.
Really were special, and because of that, I saw them as special people, and I wanted to emulate them. Caring for patients at my clinic, at My Generation, it's magical. I'm 63, so I'm a senior. I care for seniors. Taking care of people who have chronic illness, which is primarily what I do. It's very rewarding because you get to help people with quality of life as well as hopefully quantity of life. And I have some direct empathy for their position. Like I said, I'm 63, and so I'm the low end of that area, obviously, but but a lot of my patients can relate to me as a senior also, which is nice. I like to ask them how they're doing, get some basic issues on them, but I am pretty linear. I'll go over all the details that they need to know about and make sure that everything's addressed. One of my mentors, he said she told me too, when you get done, when you sign off, make sure they don't have any questions, and that's how I will close. Is there anything else they want to talk about today? Like we didn't address that you wanted to do today. Most of the time I can address it. My environment here allows that. It's very easy going, and my patients call me Steve. I'm a PA, and so I they call me PA Henderson if they want, but probably 10% of my patients call me PA Henderson. Most of my patients call me Steve, and that's familial. It's nice. I'm PA Steve Henderson. I work in the My Generation Clinic in Henderson, Nevada, at the Parkway facility.
And with that, today we will be discussing CBD with Steve. I'm going to call you Steve. Steve Henderson, a primary care provider at our Parkway My Generation Clinic in Henderson. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Steve. If you just want to tell a little bit about yourself and start off with the.
Well, today we're going to discuss CBDs. During today's discussion, we'll look at Intermountain Health's mission and why your health is important to us. We'll kind of talk about what is a CBD, why we'll discuss it, some of the myths about CBDs, particularly some of the benefits about CBDs, how much, how often, that type of thing, and what you can do and where to begin. Our mission is keeping you well, minimizing hospital visits and emergency room care. And that's why it's important to us that to help you live the healthiest life possible. Lately, I have been getting a lot of inquiries about CBDs and wanted to host this discussion to dive a little deeper into the topic. CBD stands for cannabinol. It's the second most prevalent of the active ingredients in cannabis. While CBD is an essential component of medical marijuana, it is derived directly from the hemp plant, which is a cousin to the marijuana plant. While CBD is a component of marijuana, one of hundreds, it by itself does not cause a high. CBD is commonly used to address issues that you would typically discuss with your primary care provider. CBD is commonly used to address issues that would probably typically discuss with your primary care provider. Studies show that older adults commonly use CBD for pain, insomnia, neuropathy, anxiety. CBDs may offer an option for treating different types of chronic pain. A study from the European Journal of Medicine showed that using an animal model CBD applied to the skin could help lower pain and inflammation due to arthritis. Another study demonstrated the mechanism of CBD inhibits inflammation and neuropathic pain. These are two of the more difficult types of chronic pain to treat. They need to do more studies in humans in this area to substantiate the claims that CBD proponents purport about the pain control. CBD products are soaring in popularity these days. Misconceptions about the natural remedy are are also skyrocketing. So what are people getting wrong about CBDs? Well, CBD is marijuana. While CBD can come from marijuana, it can also be derived from hemp. Hemp is a related plant with about 0.3% less THC. This plant is often used to make fabrics and ropes. As of 1918, Congress made hemp legal in all 50 states, and consequently, CBD derived from hemp is also legal. The rules around marijuana-derived CBD, however, are far less clear. People are concerned about whether CBDs will get you high. Since people know that CBD comes from marijuana plants, they immediately assume that it gives you a high, feeling like the plant does. However, this isn't true. Sure, CBD is the prevalent compound found in marijuana, yet CBD does not have psychoactive effects. What gives the high feeling is another compound found in the plant known as THC. So when using marijuana, THC is getting users high, not CBD. CBD is non-intoxicating and doesn't give the euphoric feeling people get when using products with THC. In fact, CBD products only contain about 0.3% THC. There is no way you can get high or a high feeling from using CBDs. Another popular misconception about CBDs is that it is illegal. It is an illegal substance, and using it might get you in trouble with the authorities. Yet this, once again, is not true. CBD products are legal as long as they contain less than 0.3 THC. Thanks to the Agriculture Improvement Act of 2018, which changed the definition of marijuana to exclude hemp, hemp-extracted CBD products are legal in over 50 states in the U.S. The Farm Bill allowed hemp production and commercialization of hemp-derived products. If you think about using CBDs, you don't have to limit your choice to CBD oil. You can find many different other products that are more suitable to you and your needs. CBD comes in oral drops, creams, pills, and more. One of the problems is it's not really strongly scientifically backed. Medical experts still have to find out more about the CBD's potential roles in treating various conditions. Yet it's wrong to believe that it is all just a marketing scam when scientific studies show CBDs can be powerful natural treatments for many health conditions. There is modest evidence that CBDs can improve sleep disorders, fibromyalgia pain, muscle spasticity, and related multiple sclerosis. They've even been used in anxiety. Evidence regarding CBDs are still building. Now that some states have legalized recreational medical marijuana use, including CBDs, scientists are finding it easier to conduct research. More will be known in the next couple of years, including whether there's yet undiscovered problems associated with long-term use. In regards to side effects, for adults, CBD appears to be a very safe product. CBD does not produce side effects for most people. We will discuss some of the possible side effects later in the presentation. The most popular benefit of CBD is pain management. CBDs may offer an option for treating different types of chronic pain. A study from the European Journal of Pain showed that using an animal model, CBDs applied to the skin could help lower pain and inflammation due to arthritis. Another study demonstrated the mechanism by which CBD inhibits inflammatory and neuropathic pain, two of the most difficult types of pain to treat. More study in humans is needed in this area to substantiate the claims of CBD proponents about its pain control. We do use CBDs, or CBDs are used in anxiety and insomnia. CBD oil is been safely used to treat anxiety, including sleeplessness and PTSD. CBD has the ability to act on the brain's receptors for serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate the mood and social behavior. It's similar to antidepressants, only more natural. You must be careful to use only CBD oil to treat any anxiety-related conditions, as any traces of THC can increase anxiety and have the reverse effect that you desire. As far as other benefits, research is also underway for these effects on arthritis, allergies, and other respiratory illnesses. There's some cancer prevention, to name a few. The proven efficacy of CBD oil to treat inflammation comes mostly from animals at this point. More scientific evidence suggests that CBD aids in the prevention of inflammation and related diseases, and it's becoming more and more widely accepted. It's very important to talk with your provider about any supplements or home remedies that you are considering using. Although CBD is becoming increasingly socially acceptable, there are some side effects. Some side effects include nausea, fatigue, and irritability. CBD can increase the level in your blood of the blood thinner Coumadin, and it can raise levels of certain other medications in your blood by the exact same mechanism that grapefruit juice does. As far as risks, a significant safety concern with CBD is that it is primarily marketed and sold as a supplement, not as a medication. Currently, the FDA does not regulate the safety and purity of dietary supplements, so you cannot know for sure that the product you buy has active ingredients at the dose listed on the label. In addition, the product may contain other unknown elements. We also don't know the most effective therapeutic dose of CBD for any particular medical condition. It may also interact with certain medications, so always check with your doctor before its use. CBD could either increase or decrease blood levels of other drugs you might be taking by affecting the enzymes in your liver that help metabolize and regulate medications. CBD in particular is at risk for increasing other drugs in your system by competitively inhibiting the molecules that you need to break down and clear these medications from your body. The bottom line on cannabinol, some CBD manufacturers have come under government scrutiny for wild, indefensible claims such as that CBD is a cure-all for cancer, which is not true. We need more research, but CBDs may be proven to be an option for managing anxiety, insomnia, and chronic pain. Without sufficient high-quality evidence in human studies, we can't pinpoint effective doses. And because CBD currently is mostly available as an unregulated supplement, it's difficult to know exactly what you're getting. If you decide to try CBDs, talk to your doctor, if for no other reason than to make sure it won't affect your other medications that you're taking. Two patients respond to CBD in the same way, no two patients respond to CBD in the same way. You and your doctor will probably need to adjust the dose either up or down until you hit the right balance of benefits without side effects. A lot of it depends on your biochemistry and the way your liver breaks down these chemicals. There's a wide variety of factors that come into play. It can take a little while to get it right, so be patient. Many people do not see a difference in symptoms after 1 or 2 doses of CBD. It can take up to 8 weeks of regular use to feel an impact, says Bright Shift, which is a co-founder of one of the Canada Patient Resource Connections. This is a Colorado-based organization that is working to protect patients' rights and end stigma against those who choose to use cannabis as medicine. CBD won't get you high the way that cannabis with THC can, but it still can cause side effects. The most common side effect are fatigue and lethargy, and in a rare case, some diarrhea. CBD that is taken topically less commonly causes side effects. Topical CBD is best used to address pain in a single joint rather than widespread pain. No matter which form of CBD you use, pay attention to how you feel. If you notice any negative side effects, stop it or lower the dose and consult your doctor. Consider your goals and discuss them with your doctor. For resources, talk with your healthcare provider. Start your healthy journey with us. Intermountain Health offers a team of specialists to guide you. Take advantage of your gym benefits. Maybe have the broker speak to that. There are many ways to access care, primary care, through specialty providers, or through the urgent care, even emergency rooms as necessary. And as noted earlier, when Lisa was giving the presentation, we do virtual visits now, which really assist patients in receiving remote care when they have concerns or fears about coming to medical offices in the theater of COVID-19.
And with that, I will open up the chat. Does anybody have any questions for Steve today? Go ahead and type them in the chat session.
Lisa, I don't know how to look at those questions, so could you read them off to me when you looked at them through the queue?
Yeah, as they come in, I'll read them off to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you'd like to add on your talk today?
It's just that CBDs are so new. It's an area we will know more about it soon. We're working on research and stuff, and as more legalization issues go forward, you're going to see more research on. You will see large pharmacies being involved in clinical research. Right now, because it's primarily a supplement, it's not as regulated, and the FDA is not as intimately involved in it. So I wouldn't say quality is problematic, but essentially consistency is a concern that we have as medical professionals. When something is regulated by the FDA, you do get consistency there, and that is a guarantee. That will come over time, I believe.
Yeah. Have you have some of your patients been talking to you about CBD?
Most definitely. I've had a few patients who've used it in pain management, some of them for insomnia treatments, for treatments of mild anxiety. And I would say probably with about a 60 to 70% success rate. It's been efficient for some of them in liberating them from some of the needs of some traditional pharmacology, reducing need for some opioids at times, moving away from, say, some traditional sleep medicines that might be prescriptive, and using the CBD as a mild insomnia tool with really pretty good response.
One of the things that I hear over and over again with our doctors is how you just need to keep that open line of communication with your doctor and not to be afraid to say, this is what I'm trying.
Well, yeah, that's really a really important issue, because that open line of communication really facilitates things. I would never scold a patient about doing something when they're sharing information with me. I could give them my opinion and what they would recommend or believe as an expert direction. But bottom line, the plan is a combined issue between my input and it's going to be our plan. And essentially, communication is essential. And any changes and any insertions, I have my patients bring all their supplements when they come, especially on the first visit. I want to see where they are and what they're doing. And we balance that against the pharmacology I might provide.
We did have a question, and this is kind of towards Intermountain, but it says, is Intermountain doing anything to try to change the minds and break down the stigma? And I presume that's of CBD use.
I think CBDs are becoming more mainstream. They're actually becoming more commonplace. I think true medical marijuana, when you're talking about the THC component, that's where there's some variance. Nevada, medical marijuana is legal in Nevada, and it's legal in many states. And so less issue now. And so Intermountain is very receptive to that utilization and the combined issues of traditional medication and traditional medical model issues, along with some alternative or alternate therapies. Again, individually talking with your doctor or your provider about what you're doing, what you're getting from it, why you think it's important. I've actually had patients move away from traditional narcotics in preference to medical marijuana or a CBD derivative.
Very nice. We have a few more questions here. Give me just a second. Will CBD help the nerve sensitivity in the esophagus? Gastro doctor tried over 2 different antidepressant medications for this condition. I didn't like them because they were extremely constipating, looking for other avenues.
I don't know the exact application there, but I believe there is some. It would primarily be the CBD oils that are taken orally. And essentially, they do have a believed effect on neuropathic pain and neuropathic issues. And again, a lot of research is being done. There's a lot of chemical activity that is involved here. And unfortunately, because it's not a licensed pharmaceutical, we aren't getting big pharmacies involved in the research yet. And when they put money behind that, we're going to find out a lot more about the direct applications and the broad medical implications of using these products. Right now, again, they're supplements. But yes, I have heard some positive issues about that. So I would definitely talk with your gastroenterologist about your desires and see if they had some input for you.
I have another question here. Is CBD over the counter?
Yeah, it's essentially it's a supplement, and they don't have them in every market. You have to go to essentially a dispensary. But the CBD traditional CBD is a hemp product, and it really doesn't have THC in it, so it's not controlled. You will see it at the marijuana dispensaries as well, but there are some dispensaries that do nothing but CBD products, lotions, oils, creams. So yeah, it's not doesn't require a prescription or a prescriptive issue.
Perfect. I have a really good question for you. I'm kind of excited about this one. So they wanted to know, are there MDs in your facility that they could see? And when I see this question, obviously you can answer that, but also you might talk a little bit about your education and why or how you are a primary care provider. Sure.
In almost all of our offices, a blended practice. We have an MD in our office, and we have a nurse practitioner, and then I'm a PA, physician assistant. I trained at the USC School of Medicine in the medical college there. PA training is a 2-year rather than a 4-year medical degree. And then there's postgraduate residencies, and I went through an internal medicine postgraduate study. I graduated in 1990. In our offices, I'm also a primary care provider. I am a PCP. I take patient assignments, so there are patients who are assigned just to me for their primary care, and I manage their care semi-exclusively. We have a group issue here, and we share and assist each other on a daily basis. If I'm off the floor or I'm on vacation, Dr. Dawood, one of my associates, would pick up my cases and care for those persons, and vice versa. We intermingle daily and talk about cases and needs and concerns and questions, and kind of bounce those things off each other, and share information and recommendations. And that's not unusual. That's probably the standard in most of our Intermountain offices. A mixture of midline practitioners and MDs/DOs, medical doctors, involved in the healthcare of our patients and our urgent cares as well. Even in our specialty areas, lots of midline practitioners are providing direct patient care and first line care in our oncology departments, in our endocrinology departments, in our cardiology departments. I teach at the university here in Henderson, and in fact, we employ probably about a half a dozen of my students who graduated from Thoreau. So I'm an assistant clinical professor of internal medicine at the Thoreau University here. Intermountain aggressively uses midline practitioners because I think we provide great care.
Thank you. So, here's a question. Do you accept Medicare Plus AARP supplement?
In our offices, my particular office is a Senior Advantage office exclusively. Patients who have been with us, who are established patients, we still accept straight Medicare, Medicare Medicaid, Medicare AARP, Medicare with a secondary, patients who are established. If they've been established with us, we aren't telling them they can no longer be with us. But any new patients who are coming to us for the very first time need to be in the Medicare Advantage product line. We work with Humana, with United Healthcare, and with Select Healthcare in that theater. That's my office specifically. We have numerous other primary care offices that do broad spectrum Medicare coverage, as well as commercial insurances. And we have a pediatric department. Some of our family practice doctors do take care of children. So yes and no. In my particular office, if you're an established member of our Intermountain, the Nevada family, yes, you could see me because you're established. If you were brand new to our organization and coming in my particular environment, you would need Medicare Advantage.
That's correct. Also, Becky is still on the line, so if anybody has any questions on their Medicare, she can answer those as well. She will be hosting a talk tomorrow. So much is going on with Medicare last year, this year. A lot of changes. A lot of changes in everything is going on. So any and all questions, just fire away, and we'll get you an answer. And with that, I don't see that there's any more questions. Here we go. Oh, do we also sell the CBD product?
No, in our offices, we don't sell any products. That's not our line of business. We provide the medical care. We carry vaccines and things of that nature that are paid for under people's insurances, but no, we don't sell supplements or anything like that. That's kind of against our policy and our theory of approaching your healthcare. We wouldn't want you to be umbilicalized to us for a product like that. There are a myriad of options at Access, though, in the community.
And do we recommend a dispensary? I can even take that. We don't, as far as I know, we don't recommend where you buy any of your supplements at all. I mean, there's so many different places, from pharmacies to actual stores that offer supplements. Steve, do you have anything more to add to that?
That's the truth. There are a myriad of issues, and sometimes, especially in the world of supplements, it's a huge market. There are persons who specialize in this, and they can kind of walk you through some of the A, B's, and C's. I think if you talk with someone like that and you get going on the track of care, definitely communicating those issues with your clinician and having that be a team project is really important. As far as personal recommendations, we really don't make any individual ones. Yeah.
One of our attendees just made a very valid point that I'll broaden this, some supplements are definitely going to be better than others, and it's hard to steer you to a certain direction, but yes, that does happen.
Very much so. Again, unfortunately, this is a very unregulated area. Supplements are wide open, and because of that, usually I tend to recommend as a clinician that people kind of run with the name brands or a product that they've liked, stay with it. Don't one day have one and one day have another, because you do get variance from one brand to another. And I would imagine that the CBD field and theater is no different than that. So if you find a dispensary, say, that you like and it's working well for you and working with you, it would be to your advantage to stay consistent with it, because unfortunately, because these are not FDA inspected, there's some variability in the product, where when you're working with the same product over and over again, there's less of that.
I think that's a really good point. With that, I'll leave it open just a few seconds longer to see if we have any more questions. While we're kind of giving that little buffer, I want to let you guys all know I really appreciate when we host these sessions and people are vocal and not afraid to hop into the chat and ask us some questions. I think it makes the presentation, this part of it is the best part of it. And I really do appreciate